legends, heroes, and poopy heads. Welcome to the Omni Flash channel, where Omni Flash will take gaming to the next level.
Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Omni Flash, and I am your guide to Perfect World Mobile. So we did a video yesterday about Blackpink's Rose, and a lot of people were asking, what does Rose have to do with Perfect World Mobile? Well, she happens to be a Perfect World Mobile brand ambassador, and her class would be the Wizard. The Wizard is an amazing class, a super powerful long-range nuke class that you should try out for yourself. But in this video, we're going to show you how to build and give you some pointers on PvE and PvP. Now, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, smash that notification bell so you know when the next video is coming out, and comment below to be entered to win a $25 iTunes or Google Play gift card on October 15, 2020. Alright, so we're looking at the rank 2 strongest on the server, on our server, Arcasar US 001. This is Oni, and we're going to take a look at the stats, how to build a really strong wizard. Now that we look at it, a wizard does have really slow cast times. A lot of her skills take 3 seconds to cast. So you will want to focus a lot on cast speed. Cast speed is very important. Now the creator has a huge cast speed. See that cast speed modifier on the creator? It also gives your damage up. It increases like every 40, there's a 40% chance to increase your damage by huge amounts. So you want to focus on the creator, you want to focus on moonshot. If you don't want to get moonshot, red lips, Rouge and red lips is fine. Rouge and red lips is good because there's an upper limit to how much crit damage you can have, and you don't have to have a moonshot. All right, so wow, this guy is pretty large. He even has a duo. Now, he probably has a duo and a trio. Now in Sacred Books, you can have either duo, trio, or unity. Unity is bad. Just choose either duo for PvE or trio for PvP. Now he's using also Calm Ripple. This is also an optional Sacred Book. Possibly using this for the stun. There is a stun. Possibly if someone attacks this wizard, it will also stun them. So it is probably an assassin deterrent. Parting Grief is a great evasion. So if you want to be a wizard and you still want to evade some hits, he might go with Parting Grief. Now, if you are going to do PvE, there's nothing that beats the Roaring River. Level 3, that comes from Path of 5. Mountain Pass and Sunset Tales are your bread and butter. For a starting wizard, you want to go ahead and build, for level 50 wizards, go ahead and start building Sunset Tales and Mountain Pass. Have those two. One gives you chi, and one gives you 3% crit. Crit is incredibly important. You need to have 25% crit. It might take you a while to get there. Now, don't be worried if a year later you might still only have 22% crit. Go ahead and still use that Sunset Tales. Oni has 36.71% crit, and this does not mean that it always, 1 out of every 3 shots, it crits someone else, because there is also magic crit resist. So depending on your enemy's magic crit resist, you may not crit at all. For example, if you have 20% crit and they have 20% crit resist, you're never going to crit. And no matter how much crit damage you have, for example, you got the best Rouge and Red Lips, you got the best Moonshot books that gives you crit damage. If you don't crit, those books are just taking up space. Starting from level 1, you do want to get items with M attack percent. M attack percent is an incredibly powerful modifier. So on all of your gears that is possible to get M attack percent, you want to have that on them. you will want M attack percent on your weapon, M attack percent on your gloves, M attack percent on your cape, M attack percent on your rings. Later on, you can get M attack percent on your mirror and your sigil. So focusing on M attack will get you through some of the earlier dungeons. If you want to have the biggest damage in your party, you do want to get that M crit up as soon as possible. You will get M crit using 2 pieces of rank gear which are the same level. So go ahead and check out my rank gear guide if you have the chance, and that will help you get 2 pieces of rank gear. Now she also has really strong stun levels, so you might want to, if you're focusing on PvP, go ahead and raise your stun level up a little bit more. You can get a lot of stun level from guild training. As you level up your guild, you'll be able to get higher and higher guild training. Wizards should also have some slows. You can raise that up a little bit more, but you do want to focus on stuns because having those stuns go off is going to make a huge difference. If you're focused on PvP, then you can go into viciousness, benevolence, pugnacity, and tenacity. But if you are struggling in dungeons, then you might not have to worry about that. Also later on, maybe like when you get up to the ascended levels, once you get to stage 4 skills, your enemies in PvP will start to have high evasion. By then you will want to start getting evasion yourself. You can get evasion by evasion stats or dex, and also you can get hit. You need hit in order to hit your enemies if they have a dex evasion build. Now I just want to show you, this is somebody who has a very recasted build. All of these recasts are at Ascended 99, so a lot of my gear I haven't rolled. I just sort of got so-so stats because that's good enough, but well, you know, this is the top wizard on the server, 1.7, almost 1.8 mil CP. You look at all these stats, we have beautiful stats. You look at her engraves, they're all M attack, 1 pugnacity. Alright, look at the helmet, you have so much crit. You got crit damage, magic, and HP. A little bit of tenacity. We have HP percent. HP percent is super good. So everything on this is super helpful. There's nothing on there that is not good. On pieces of armor, if you're able to get crit, that is beautiful. Because on armor, mostly you're going to get a lot of defensive stats. And that is built with almost all crit stats. Alright, look at these. This is rank gear. And this will add when you have two pieces, both the same level with rank gear. That gives 4% crit because he has extremely high rank gear. Alright, the Vermilion shoes, another 2 rolls of 32% HP. More magic crit. Dexterity gives hit, evasion, and magic. So dexterity is actually a pretty good stat. Early on your server, dexterity may not give M attack. Early on in the game, dexterity only gives P attack. But about 6 months into the game, after the first servers go up, it's going to change and you're going to get M attack as well as P attack. So right now, dexterity, as you start the game, it may not give you M attack. So you have to test this. Put on a piece of gear with dex or change your pet into dex and see if it gives you M attack. If it doesn't, then you know that dex is not good for wizards until they change it in the future. Alright, so I mean, look at these gloves. Got two rolls of 111%. So that is super important. If you are free to play, you don't have to have huge rows of this many lines. This is only for the #1 player. Alright, so it's fine to have if you to have just some gloves with one stat line of M attack, one stat line of magic percent. All right, so that's all I go for if you are free to play. Just get a magic percent and then maybe some HP or another line of M attack. I have gotten purple gear, so keep an eye out on your purple and blue gear. A lot of my characters, such as my cleric, still wears purple and blue gear, and clerics heal the same way. They heal with their magic stat. All right, so clerics also need M attack, and I use a lot of purple and a lot of blue gear with M attack percent on it, and it's fine because that percent gives you as much M attack as about 4 lines of just M attack. M attack percent is that powerful. All right, so I'm looking at the engraving stats. That's something that I want to improve. I'm not rolled up, and you see that she has so many more lines of engraving stats because I'm probably level 40, level 50. She probably has level 60, level 70 on engraving. And the soul stones, she has level 8. I'm still at 7. I'm working on 8. Not there yet. and you can see the vermilion ring. All right, let's look at the vermilion ring. There is no percent, but there's P crit resist and there's M crit. P crit resist is good for an environment of assassins and barbs because they're both P damage. So that P crit resist on that ring will help her stay alive in an arena, in a realm war full of assassins and barbarians. All right, so let's look at these engraved stats. More M crit resist, anti-silence, anti-stun, a super high roll of HP, vitality, M attack. These boots are okay. All right, so the cape also has M attack percent, 111%. We have the engraved stats. The 1.89% human will probably be better if it was for Untamed, but that's not bad. You will be able to do more damage versus other wizards. I guess it depends on who your enemies are. So know who your real enemies are. If there's a lot of wizards that are fighting you, then you will get damage versus humans. She also has a lot of P crit resist and evasion. Those are extremely nice. And M attack. Also want to point out that the gear the wizard is using is on the right hand side. The gear I am using as a barb, DPS kind of barb, is on the left hand side. And so on the right hand side, M attack percent on the cape, and you can see that she has 2 soul stones. They're both magic crit. So wherever you can fit magic crit soul stones, the aqua soul stones, I would recommend putting magic crit soul stones there. She is using a brand new set of PNEUMA cards, including the Earthshaker, Soth, Ike, Hillbreaker, and Zephyr. When you get PNEUMA cards in the beginning, when you hit about Ascended level 1, you're not going to see these cards. The first set that you want to build is Soth, Hydra, that you get from Realm War, Taurus, Grindmouth that you get from Dusk, and a Hell King, which you can get from disassembling, from putting a Hydra SP into a Crucible, and getting those soul gems that you will redeem for a Hell King grade A. Alright, so this is a fully leveled up Nezha. Alright, in my Nezha review, I didn't like Nezha all that much because I would have never been able to make a fully built Nezha. Now, if you have a fully built Nezha, a Nezha with 193k BR, it's actually pretty strong. If you have a fully leveled second and third skill, the second skill will give a ton of magic attack, and the third skill will reduce the cooldown reduction as well as increase the cast speed, I think by like 23%, some insane amount whenever you use a chi skill. So if you have a fully built, if you're able to fully build a Nezha, it becomes really strong, but you have to really fully build it. And this is fully built, and Nezha hasn't been out that long, so it's been rushed, and that cast speed is what's needed so that you can get your skills out. You want to drop that rock, you want to drop those blizzards, your heavy hitting damage skills on those assassins as quickly as possible before you just blow up. All right, so this is why I think why they have a Nezha, so that they're able to stun and blow up an assassin before they get blown up. All right, so that's what this Nezha is for. All right, so we're looking at some elixirs. We do have the avatar, and then we have Stand Your Ground and Void Might. Life cycles, interesting. It increases your crit multiplier, and also increases Eidolon strength. I don't know if Nezha does that much damage. It's a single target attack. In my opinion, perhaps change life cycles. You can change life cycles to a different elixir. Let's see. You could use Unstoppable Force. Unstoppable Force is incredibly cheap. It helps you by, if you level it up, it will reduce the target's evasion at max by 8,300. So you might want to change that. Oh, this Sudden Strike also does incredible damage. It increases the Slayer, which is useful for dungeons. However, that crit multiplier, not that useful. I don't think Nezha has a lot of crit. I don't think this Nezha build has a lot of crit damage, crit attack. I don't think there's a lot of crit percent. So that probably can be changed. Yeah, this build doesn't have like finding weakness. It doesn't have crit. As you start the game, go ahead and get you a Flame Rider. It's all right. It's a good starter A grade Eidolon. Then you want to start looking for a goblin. Do everything you can to save up for a goblin. I know they're kind of expensive. I started out and bought my first goblin for 8.2 mil. But they're like 50 mil now. They're like 40 to 50 mil now. So you do want to get that goblin early if possible. Spitfire started out on my server at around 13 mil, but now they're only 3.5 mil. Areola is a good offensive PvP pet, and a Siren is a great defensive PvP pet. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.